The latest. Thank you for love and support. I appreciate you all. The president of Rwanda, Yoweri Museveni, powerful message to the West and the world at large. Those who still think that Africa is still in the Stone Age era, that people are still behaving ignorantly because they think that how they met Africa in the past, Africa is still the same way. And that he has moved to join Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso to fight for a better Africa. And that these people have to wake up from their sleep. And that they make three mistakes when it comes to Africa. One is the ideological mistake, philosophical mistake, and strategical mistake.
What many people in the world do not know is that Africa, the origin of man, because all of you are former Africans if you don't know it, has been underpopulated for much of the 4.5 million years of human history, ever since the evolution of the Homo sapiens sapien. This was because Africa is good for man, but has also been good for man's enemies, such as mosquitoes, the tsetse flies, the microbes, etc. Until recently, when modern science has enabled us to suppress these enemies of man. Africa is 12 times the size of India. You can put India 12 times into Africa and it will fit there, in land area, and with a lot of natural resources. However, India has been having a bigger population than Africa until recently. It's now that we have overtaken India and China for the first time in population size. The growth of Africa is now unstoppable. Future leadership in prosperity belongs to Africa without a doubt, as long as we are acting right. As a third-generation anti-colonial freedom fighter from Africa, attending this gathering, I cannot end my remarks without commenting on the chaos and criminality that has been going on in the world, but in particular in the last 600 years. All sorts of criminalities have been committed by bankrupt, greedy, evil, but also ignorant actors. These actors make philosophical mistakes, they make ideological mistakes, they make strategic mistakes. To build global affluence and prosperity, these mistakes are not necessary. That's why I want to congratulate the UAE, especially the founder, Sheikh Zayed, for his vision of win-win vision. We are tired of the parasitism of some of the actors. And that's why we say they are ignorant. Because if you are not fair, people will resist you. And that's what Africa did. And I am here as a third generation leader, fighter of Africa. The first generation was 1912, when the ANC of South Africa was founded, to fight colonialism. People had colonized us. Imagine colonizing Africa. What are you thinking properly or what? You leave your home, you come to my home. That was the first generation, 1912. The African National Congress was founded in South Africa. The second generation are in the 1940s. People like Nkrumah, Mwalimu Nyerere, Jomo Kenyatta, many other leaders. And we are the third generation, we who came in the 1960s. So therefore, we are saying that these endless philosophical, ideological, strategic mistakes are not necessary. The world can be very prosperous when we work together in a win-win way. That's why I salute Sheikh Zayed for from what I have heard. We did not know much about the UAE. In the 1960s, we were working more with North Africa, with Egypt, Nasser, with Algeria. Gaddafi had come, Libya. Then I went to fight Idi Amin from 1971. When I came back, I heard of a place called Dubai. I have never heard of Dubai. People are coming to Dubai to buy things from Uganda. They were no longer going to UK. I did not come here until 2014 when some of my people linked me with you. So I'm very happy to know the good work of Sheikh Zayed, the one of win-win approach. I congratulate you on that. The mistake makers compel the victims to resist, and hence the victims, the conflicts. There should be a forum to discuss this squandering of human potential by parasites. We believe in win-win. Uganda now is classified as a lower middle-income country. It will, however, rapidly grow into a high middle-income country and eventually into a first-world country. To achieve these goals, as already stated, we need to add value to the large spectrum of our agricultural raw materials: coffee, bananas, fruits, cotton, oil seeds, cassava, maize, tea, dairy, beef, poultry products, fish, forest products, sugar, etc., and mineral raw materials such as gold, iron ore, phosphates, lithium, uranium, petroleum, gas, etc. The efforts of value addition to raw materials are part of sector 2 of the economy. This is manufacturing. The other sectors are commercial agriculture, that will generate some of the required raw materials, services such as tourism, hospitality, transport, professional services, etc., and ICT.
When it comes to the youth, tell them how bad their leaders are and they'll buy into your ideologies. Just give them the dollar. When they see it, that ends it. As for the leaders, tag them to be bad and they'll follow you. When you go to Africa, give them the word of God, because these people loved it so much. So that these are some of the things that they put in place and they had us in the past. And they are the same things these people are still doing, forgetting that this is a new era. And that is why we have Mali, Niger, Burkina kicking them out, taking control over the natural resources. But these people are still sleeping. The Africa is no longer the way they met it. We have changed. And that we are poor, yes, because we do not have anything that we have to sell. We give out the raw materials, and these people will now turn them into finished goods and bring them back to us. Africa, instead of us to cultivate what we eat, we rather concentrate on the cash crops like cocoa that we don't eat. Then these people will now go and farm the rice, farm the maize, the wheat, and every other thing, then they bring it back to sell to us. But we have to come to a realization that we have to add value to what we have to generate the income that we need. Instead of us giving them the raw materials, we should rather add value to it and sell it back to them. And that is the mistake Macron is still having, believing that Africa is his home, that Africa belongs to him. And that is why when we are kicking him out, he still do not understand that this is no longer the old Africa they met. Africa is in a new phase. And we, the youth, we are no longer in the age where Muammar Gaddafi was the president, and we didn't understand what geopolitics all meant. And we didn't even know the tactics these people were using, the strategies, their philosophy, and the ideologies that they were using on us. So we bought into the message, and we were the ones that did the dirty game by taking out our prophet, who was Muammar Gaddafi. When it came to this one, they are still using the same tactics because they still do not understand. They have not realized their mistakes and believe that these people have changed. But Africa is the mother to everybody. We all came out of Africa, and Africa supplies everything. And Africa is the most suitable place for everything. And that is why even mosquitoes find Africa to be the most wonderful place that they want to live. Let's keep sharing the message for our children to get a better mentality. Mental slavery is the enemy of Africa. And until we decolonize the mental slavery, we wouldn't get to anywhere. Please share the message for the sake of our children, and let us educate our brothers and sisters. Collectively, we are able to defeat the common enemy. We are one people. Our strength lies in our unity. United we stand, divided we fall. So that's the latest around the world, in Africa and in Uganda.